Welcome to Sportshour here on A News. My name is Nick Summerbee. Champions League, Europa League and Europa League Conference, just to give you a run through, and exciting. We're on to the quarterfinals now. This is when we really get the cream of the crop, and this is when the games really matter. They are two-legged, so expect an awful lot. The first one we have is Arsenal versus Real Madrid. As I said, Arsenal without Gabriel, but Saka comes back into the team against Real Madrid. I mean, who is going to stop them? They won it last season, and the record, what they've got, and the belief, what they've got. But what an interesting tie that looks. Bayern Munich versus Inter Milan. Inter Milan top of the league. Bayern Munich top of the league as well. Bayern Munich 9 points clear as well in Bundesliga. Inter Milan looking like they've left it late, but they're now sitting top of the league, and they are looking strong and full of confidence. Barcelona versus Dortmund. Dortmund last year's finalists, and Barcelona, who are top of the league as well, absolutely flying. Lewandowski flying as well. So what a game that looks. I think it's vitally important is who plays the second leg. If you play the second leg at home, then all of a sudden I think it gives you a little bit of advantage if you can stay in the game. And then for me, I think the game of the quarterfinals is Paris Saint-Germain versus Villa. You must keep your eye on Paris Saint-Germain. I've been so impressed with them. They've got rid of all the big names, and the big names were wonderful, but all of a sudden they've got that unity, they've got that belief, they've got that young blood. And I think Paris Saint-Germain over the next 3-4 years, I'm expecting really big things, and looking good in the league as well. And Villa, they go back to Villa Park in the second leg, so exciting. After that, just a quick run through Europa League. Lyon versus Manchester United. Manchester United looking to rescue something out of the season. Rangers versus Athletic Club. Spurs versus Frankfurt. They're moving on as well to Europa Conference. You've got Chelsea playing as well, so a lot of football this week. And as I said, over the next 5, 6, 7 weeks, we're going to find out who's going to be the champions, who's going to be playing in finals, who's going to be winning the leagues, who's going to be playing in Europe. So everything to play for. As we go over to France, Paris can seal the title. That will be their 11th title in 13 years. When they play Angers, a draw or a victory will get them done. But what is interesting with Paris Saint-Germain, we are looking at a season without defeat. The Invincibles. Remember when Arsenal did it in the Premier League? So I was speaking about this young players, this belief what is in Paris at the moment. What a season this could be for them. Getting the job done. I mean, what are they? 21 points ahead of Monaco. So they're well ahead. It's really a matter of time. But they want to make this campaign special and do it without getting defeated. So keep your eye out for that. El Clasico on the 11th of May. Is that going to tell a story? Is it going to go towards that game? And how important is that going to be? As well, they meet in the Copa del Rey on the 26th of April as well. So Real come up against Barcelona again. So a lot to play for and starting to heat up. Moving on to the Bundesliga, Bayern Munich are 9 points clear. They beat Augsburg 3-1, with Harry Kane scoring against a matter of time before they win. But you look at Leverkusen as well. The only difference is they've both lost 2 games, but Leverkusen have drawn 8 and Bayern Munich have drawn 5. But it's a matter of time before Vincent Kompany, and what a job he has done as well. A lot of people laughed at him going over and taking over a huge club like Bayern Munich from Burnley after being relegated. Well, he looks like there's a success story there, and in the Champions League as well, so a lot to look out for. And even more so, Harry Kane. This is going to be a big year for him. This is when he does get his hand on major trophies, and he does deserve it. I like to finish the show off with talking points in the world of sport. Nowhere better than José Mourinho. He's caused a few problems. Galatasaray versus Fenerbahce. At the end of the game where they lost Fenerbahce, he's gone up to Okan Burak and he's grabbed hold of his nose. And as he's grabbed hold of his nose, the manager of Galatasaray has thrown himself to the floor. Listen, for starters, he didn't need to do that. I understand what José Mourinho has done is wrong, and he will get in trouble for it. He's looking at a 10-match ban, but come on. You know, it's a grown man falling to the floor. I mean, what does that tell the players? The players do it enough anyway, but the whole thing is pantomime stuff. José Mourinho, we think the world of him because of his entertainment, but I just think maybe he's going to get a little bit in trouble for this. But it's bad on both sides, but if you get the chance to see the video, it is laughable. It really is. But how many times has José Mourinho caused a lot of problems throughout his career? We know how successful he is, but he's a character and he gets involved in these situations situations, and this is something to have a look at and have a little bit of a laugh, but just watch the reaction there. The reaction as he goes to the floor is it's laughable for me. Then obviously as we move on, Kevin De Bruyne, the Manchester City legend, he put a statement out. I mean, I'm a Manchester lad, and my father played for Manchester City and I played for Manchester City, and this man is a legend, and he put a lovely statement out to thank everybody in Manchester, to thank the fans, to thank the football club for giving him the dream. And he gave Manchester City the dream as well. This is one of the top players in Premier League history and in the world as well. £54 million he cost at the time, and a lot of ex-players had a little bit of a laugh at that because it didn't go so well for him in his early days at Chelsea, but he proved everybody. 106 goals in 413 matches, just to give you a little bit of an idea. 6 Premier Leagues, 2 FA Cups, 5 Carabao Cups, a Champions League. He was part of the treble winning team with Pep. He won 4 Premier Leagues back to back to back to back. I would just like to say thank you. Thank you for everything. What a joy to watch you, to watch you glide across the pitch. We used to have a player when my father played called Colin Bell, and they called him Nijinsky. Nijinsky was a famous racehorse, and it's the way he used to cover ground. He had a bit of Colin Bell in him, bit everything, the way he could see a pass, the way he could score goals. And if you talk about a big game player, Kevin De Bruyne is that. So it's sad news at Manchester City, but we felt it was coming. And once again, thank you for everything, Kevin. It's been an absolute joy. And when you hear news like this, it is when you look back, and you look back at those special moments, what he gave the City fans. So it's sad news, but it's something we applaud, and get the statue up as soon as possible. Then moving on to it as well, this weekend we have the Grand National, which if you know anything about the Grand National, but it's a famous horse race, which is between 500 and 600 million people see it. It's a 4-mile steeplechase, if I'm right by saying that, where the jumps are huge, and it's a well-known race. This is on at Aintree in Liverpool this weekend, so it's the most valuable race in Europe for sure, which I think the prize money is over £1 million. So keep your eye on that and watch that. That's always exciting if you like your racing. Also, news has broke as well. Ronaldo is maybe looking to buy a club in Spain. He's looking to buy Valencia. This is the talk at the moment. The owner, which is Peter Lim, said the club is not for sale, but I think there will be backing from Saudi Arabia with Ronaldo. We don't know if this is going to happen because his contract finishes at the moment at Al Nassr. We don't know if that's going to be renewed. Is he looking to retire? Is this what he's looking to go into next? But anything which is to do with Ronaldo is going to be big, and it looks like it might happen. So this looks like it's the next step for Ronaldo, which is really interesting. Also as well is the Formula One. We've had Melbourne, we've had the Chinese Grand Prix. Now we're into the Japanese Grand Prix. So keep your eye out on that. That is starting to heat up. Lando Norris is number 1 at the moment, and obviously we're looking for Lewis Hamilton. In his last race was disqualified with Ferrari, and we're looking for big things from him, and Ferrari looking for big things from him as well. So there's a lot of sport going on and a lot of news. That's me for this week. I will keep you updated with everything. As I said, it's very exciting at the moment with the world of sport. A lot of things happening, and if there's any breaking news, I will bring it to you. So thank you. This is Nick Summerbee on Sports Hour here on A News. I'll look forward to your company next week.